Hello, this is the HVAC Budget channel, just bringing you another video about a multi-tool. And tonight I'm excited to bring you the review about the Leatherman Rebar. I've been getting a couple new multi-tools, branching out a little bit, and this is a wonderful multi-tool that is definitely a budget multi-tool because you can buy it off eBay for around $35. So $35 to $45 seems to be about the going price for these. So I would definitely classify that as a budget multi-tool. Not new, these are around $70 new, but because they're so easy to find used, I definitely would classify this as one of the best multi-tools for the price on the used market. So let's go ahead and start with the Leatherman Rebar. Let's take a look at the pliers here. These are really nice set of pliers. Now, I have been very critical of my free Leatherman Sidekick multi-tool I got as a Christmas gift, so it really didn't cost me anything. But these pliers, the pliers aren't the issue, it's the cutters. So the cutters, I guess they're made to last longer, but they do not cut very well at all. I really am not sure if they serve hardly any purpose to me. Probably to someone they do, but anyway, the pliers do work, but just the cutters are such a disappointment. Now on the Leatherman, I was expecting them to be just as disappointing on the rebar here, but they actually cut really well. And I know this is meant for heavy duty wires, but even on smaller thermostat wires and zip ties, I found that these cutters actually work. So I've been very pleasantly surprised. Very nice pliers. Overall, the Leatherman Rebar is such a compact, light carry tool. Been very happy with that. So then moving down here, we have this the Crimpers, and I've actually used those. That is a really nice addition. I know many Leathermans have those, but for a more budget multi-tool, that's a really nice addition that a lot of other cheaper tools do not have. So let's go ahead and start on this side. Now I did want to mention that I got this multi-tool. I think it was not used very much. I got it off eBay used, but it seemed in fairly new condition. And the tools still, even though I've used them, are very stiff. So I actually put some oil on them, and I did bring them out back and forth a lot to try to help them, and they've actually gotten a lot better, but they're still very stiff. So I think that is one of the issues, and there's blog posts about it, and on the multi-tool forum you can read about better ways to get the tools not to be as stiff. But anyway, so let's start with the knife. Fairly nice long length knife there. Does a good job. And for the knife, one of the things I wanted to mention is specifically what I use these tools for. So for the knife, again, this is cutting task at work, whether it's cutting rope or cutting open a package, or for instance, sometimes I cut the Armaflex on a copper line set. Whatever it is, that's what I find a knife useful for. So the next tool here is the standard screwdriver, and I find this very useful for taking off furnace doors. Since I do HVAC, this is very useful. It may seem a repetitive tool to some to have a couple screwdrivers, but that extra length really helps for the specific screws that are in furnace doors. So it's a very nice tool as well. Then the awl. The awl is a tool I have been surprised how useful it is. I do not use it for threading or punching through leather, but I've actually used this for enlarging the holes in metal ductwork, for where I put my thermometer probe in, and that has been very useful. And then this standard driver is a little bit smaller, but it's not small enough for my purposes. I was hoping I could use this for a thermostat screwdriver, and it's just a little bit too wide. So in the future, I actually bought another rebar to sort of play with and mod, and I'm thinking of reprofiling this to actually have a skinnier skinnier bit there at the end. Then we have the file, and again I found the file very useful for instances where there's rust on machinery and trying to get the rust off. The file has come in really useful. It's so nice to have that file there on the job. Again, very surprised. I never really used the file much before until I started carrying some of these multi-tools, and now it comes in really handy. So on the other side we have the serrated knife, and I've been using this for a package opener actually, and I have to put die into systems. They come in a very tough sealed plastic package, and this serrated knife does a pretty quick job of cutting open the package, so that is a very useful tool. Now, one of the tools I do not find very useful is this combination tool. I have not found a way to use this wire stripper near as satisfactory as some other reviewers. They've mentioned that it can cut down to small gauges, and I just do not find that the case for me. I guess I need to practice this notch some more, but it does not seem very precise, and I don't find it that useful. And again, I don't use a can opener on the job, so this tool I really find a little disappointing, but not everything can be perfect. So then we come to the bit driver combination Phillips. This is the driver that you can put the bit adapter from the Leatherman kit. This I actually plan to remove eventually in the future and just put the bit adapter kit in there, the screwdriver that has the Leatherman bits. So I'm going to try to remove that in the future. That's something I wanted to add to this tool. And then we've also got the saw, which seems to have a very nice profile. Now I do want to keep the saw in here in case I would ever need to cut some PVC in a pinch. Maybe the cutters are out in the van and I would need something to cut the PVC with. So basically all these tools are very useful besides the combination eagle claw tool, but all the other ones are very useful, and I love that these all lock and that they're interchangeable with other Leatherman tools. So for instance, I believe some of the tools from the Wave, some of the older style Fuse, Kick, I believe those can fit in here. Now to remove these fittings here on the bottom that is keeping all the tools in place, there is a seller on eBay who sells a special tool, a parsing tool for that. So there are other ways that you can get them off with vice grips, but they do mar the tool. So if you want a specific tool, there is an eBay seller from Russia, I believe, who sells a specific parsing tool for this multi-tool. Alright, well, this video is getting a little bit long tonight, but I did want to mention that I'm very happy with this rebar, this Leatherman multi-tool. I think this strikes just a really good balance. It's a very light tool with a lot of capability. I've got a lot of ideas how I want to improve it, and I hope to bring those to you in the future. But for now, Leatherman Rebar, as a used multi-tool, probably one of the best you can get right now on the market. All right, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.